shoot, I messed that up. Oh well. Welcome to another week of Real Food Live with just me. I hope that everyone's had a good week, and I hope that everyone is still sane and that we're all doing okay. I guess I could ask if you want to share your emotions or something that happened this week in the group chat. That would be cool. So this week we are going to make some delicious vegan tacos. So we pre-made the tortilla dough actually because it needs to be refrigerated and then done. So unfortunately I'm not going to be able to show you how to make the tortilla dough, but it's super easy. Hopefully if folks want to see it, maybe we could do it in a future week, but timing wise it just wasn't possible. So yeah, we have tortillas, and then we're making some really easy refried beans and some sauteed veggies with a balsamic reduction. So I don't know, I thought that both of those recipes looked really good, but admittedly I did not try them together, so we'll have to see if they meld, and it'll be great. I think it'll be fine. So the very first thing that you want to do is you want to get the tortilla dough out of the fridge and set it aside. It should probably be thawed out for at least a half hour, so we'll thaw it, we'll set it aside, and then we'll do the tortillas last, so they have plenty of time, because they're really solid once you refrigerate them, so you need to get them back to dough consistency. So I'll grab those. And yeah, this thing is literally, it's like a brick. It's so hard. You can see that. It's like, ah! So yeah, this is pretty easy to make. These are, we can talk about it a little bit more later, but it's flour, water, salt, coconut oil, and then we threw in a little bit of cornmeal also, for health and texture and fun. So we'll set these aside. And I think first things first, we want to get the balsamic reduction on the stove top so that it can get to boil and then simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes. So if you have a regular size recipe, it's just going to be a half cup of balsamic vinegar in a pan, probably covered until it reaches to boil, and then you can uncover it and let it reduce. So I'll get that set up. Actually, I want a smaller pan. Smaller pot. This one should be good. This is balsamic vinegar. I think that I don't actually know, I'm not a balsamic vinegar expert, but it has a Modena, which is supposed to be a good thing. So that's cool. Also, this is like the cheapest balsamic vinegar in the store, and it is in glass, and it's like really fancy looking and nice. And I gotta say, I love it when cheap stuff comes in glass and you don't have to buy plastic. That's pretty cool right there. So we're just gonna pour a half cup. Doop 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 doop. Vinegar. Now I'm gonna put this on the stove top. once we have that, I think that the next thing that we should do is cut up all of our veggies for the sauteed veggies part. The beans also are really just going to take like a couple minutes. So it's really mostly the veggies. It's going to take the longest time, and even that, they won't take that long. So this is a pretty easy recipe and pretty quick to put together, I think. So for the veggies, today we will be using one zucchini, one squash, a bell pepper. It asked for red, but I think they were more expensive, and who cares? Does anything matter anymore? No. And a nice medium onion. So I'll take all of the easy paper off. We can cut the onion. So, things that have happened this week that I can talk about. I built a chicken coop. That's pretty much the most exciting thing that has happened. We built the whole chicken coop in like 2 days, basically. And we were out there working like all day, both of those days, which was really fun and cool to get to do. It was like a barn raising, basically. Yeah, so we did, oops, sorry, got distracted. We built it and they've spent a couple nights there, and no chickens have died. None of the chicks have died, and the ducks haven't attacked anybody, so that's good. Wow, and the balsamic vinegar is already boiling. By the way, that took 0.5 seconds. I'm going to leave it covered, and I turned it all the way to low. So we'll just have that on there for a minute, and maybe we'll go check it out in a couple of minutes. I hope it doesn't reduce into air. Yeah, we built the whole chicken coop. It's super tall because we used like literally like a door that we had in the backyard, like a screen door. As the door, like a metal door, it's not just a screen. There is some protection from the elements there, but it looks super weird, but compared to the chicken coop that we did have before, it's like the opposite, because it's like ultimately like super convenient to just like sweep out, and the old one is like super annoying and not easy to sweep out. So that's really exciting, and we're gonna paint it at some point. And I'm starting to cry from this onion, and that's okay, because everything's okay. And yeah, if anybody has any really good art skills or wants to contribute to painting our chicken coop, you would be more than welcome. I really think that it would be super cute if we painted it like, I think we've been calling it the sky high chicken coop because it is so tall. And I think like it would be cute if we painted it like with like clouds in the sky. And then we were talking about like painting an egg with a halo around it, which I think could be really cute. So stuff like that. I don't know. We will have to see. But yeah, if anybody has any good chicken coop ideas, you could put them in the chat or tell them to me at some point. What else have I done? Lots of gardening. I'm taking my glasses off and we planted our whole front yard with cover crops because we thought that would be a good idea until we can. Well, actually, until our seeds came in the mail, and then I guess our seeds came in the mail today. So, or yesterday. So now we have seeds, which is good, but hopefully we'll prevent some of that erosion and things like that from occurring by planting. We planted both clover and buckwheat intermixed with one another. So we can leave the clover growing throughout the season in between our productive plants, I guess, if you want to call them that. And yeah, it should supply nitrogen throughout the season, and then the buckwheat will turn into the soil. I think that we'll probably just pull it up and throw it back down and let it kind of mulch the area. So that was exciting to get to plant that. And then we also planted some medicinals, which I'm really excited about. I went to, for those who haven't seen it, Cog Alley, which is the greenhouse right outside of town, but it's technically inside town, but across the viaduct, they are having a plant sale right now. That is where Westside Market used. Yeah, it is Westside. Westside Market used to be, and so we went and got some herbs there, and I got some lavender, which I planted, and some rosemary, which I haven't planted yet, and a butterfly bush, which is exciting, and I got some yarrow. So just a whole variety of herbs. So I bought those as potted plants because herbs can be pretty difficult to start because they just take a long time from seed. So I decided to just buy some and plant those. But then we also, from seed, I planted some echinacea and some calendula, some borage, which is borage medicinal? I know it's good for pollinators, but I don't know. I would imagine it has some purposes, but I'm not 100% on what they are. And so those will also be all intermixed in our thing. And I also bought some nasturtium, which is super yummy, and we haven't planted that, but that was fun. So that's what I have going on in my life. Just gardening. That's what I've been doing. But all exciting stuff. What else did I do? I haven't been reading because I haven't been able to find my book, which is upsetting. And I have another book that I should have returned to the library, and I just kind of gave up because they were closed, and I think I'm just gonna I don't know how the Manhattan Library works, where because on the DL, Sweeney has definitely had a book from the library for a year and never gave it back to them. And I'm just wondering if I could just pay them to buy a new book, or if you have to pay the $200 probably for the fees accruing. I don't know if anybody knows. I've never just abandoned paying or abandoned a book from blah blah blah. So I'm going to wash these real well, especially bell peppers. Bell peppers are notorious for having quite a lot of pesticide residue, so if you can wash them, that's really important. Da, 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 da. Has anybody done anything fun or anything that they would like to share? I think it's mostly been that my brain is definitely like not very functional at this time, so I pretty much am like, oh, I'm gonna build a chicken coop, and then it's like, oh, I'm gonna just worry about everything for a little bit. Ooh, that'd be great. Stuff like that. So that's fun. Is there? Oh, you know what? I wonder if are people putting things in the... Wow, this whole time. Oh my gosh. Okay. I wasn't able to see the chat because the there was like a thing popped up, and so I didn't see it. Okay. They cap the dues. Okay, that's really helpful. Oh no. What? Wait, they're gonna... Oh my gosh, maybe I shouldn't have said this. Now people are gonna come after me. I don't have... I don't know. We'll see. But, you know, hopefully I don't get arrested for a library book. I'd be kind of sad. Why am I doing this one? We should do the bell pepper. The bell pepper and the onions will go into the thing first. So if you want to cut those first, and then while those are on the pan, you can cut up the zucchini and squash and get ready to put those on there as well. So it's all about that. Order, efficiency. Yeah, here I can move, actually let me move my laptop onto here and then I can like read it, because I definitely do not have good enough vision to read the chat that's like on the screen, the laptop that's recording it. Oh, why am I doing that? Over the compost. Get it together, Mary. Let's move this. Don't mind me, just doing things. I did sanitize my laptop like a couple minutes ago, so everything should be fine. Twitch TV. Why can't I just pay them for like them to buy the new book that I have neglected to give back to them? Like something like that would make sense to me. I don't know. I don't know, you know, it's just my opinion. That book should be not something people get in major trouble for. Okay, I can't see this chat from... I think if somebody puts in the chat now, I'll probably be able to see it, but I can't see any of the past chats, so too bad. So, man, this knife is... Oof, oof. You know what I'm saying? Oof. Can everybody see the hole in my dress? Is that a thing? Yes, I can. Okay. Yeah, I kind of missed it, but yes. Now I can see the chat. Thank you, Javier. Okay. That's good because there's definitely like, well, there like was a clasp on the like part of the waist, I guess, that the buttons just aren't good enough for. But that's good because I've been walking around like a fool. I'm gonna check on this balsamic reduction, and we will go forward. I don't know if it's reducing properly. Ooh. Just gonna destroy everything. I'm going to leave it uncovered so that it can try to evaporate and stuff. And we'll check in on that in a little bit. So, yeah. I watched The Hangover for the first time last night, and I feel so much more American now because I had never seen that movie, and I didn't really seem like it mattered. It didn't seem like it mattered that much, but every time I say that I haven't seen The Hangover, I get a lot of like, "You haven't seen The Hangover?" Kind of responses. And actually, when I was, well, okay, so about Hangover 2, so when I was in Thailand, there was one night where I was just like wandering around by myself one night, because my friends were doing something else and I didn't want to pay for it. So I was just like going around Bangkok and checking stuff out, and I found my way on this like in this like really really fancy sky bar, which like sky bars are kind of a thing there, and it was like super way too classy, and all the drinks were like so expensive. So I didn't get it. I like got like maybe like a water, like a sparkling water, and I sat there, but it was like so fancy, like ridiculously fancy. And then I went back down to ground level, and I was just like walking around, and then this random, I don't know, it was probably like Italian or something. Some guy was like talking to me as I was walking, and I was like, haha, I don't want to be talking to you right now, but that's fine. And then I was like, oh, I came from that sky bar, and he's like, oh, that's the one in The Hangover. And I was like, okay, I've never seen that movie. And he was like, you've never seen The Hangover? That's ridiculous. And then, yeah, I don't know. I was like, yeah, sorry, I'm not a real American. But anyways, yeah, so apparently The Hangover was filmed there. That's cool, I guess. That's the thing that happened. He seemed very, like, yeah, too dramatic about it. And then I said, I'm in school here. And he was like, how old are you? Because I said school instead of university. He was like, what? And then he was talking about, never mind. Okay, I'm going to stop this story. It was just like, such a random interaction on the streets of Bangkok. But that's how I found out that was filmed in The Hangover. That place was in The Hangover. I don't know. So that's my story. What movie? Are there any movies that other people like haven't seen and they feel like they get a lot of comments of like, you have to see that movie? Because I feel like there's a lot of movies like that for me. Like, And I feel like I watch movies. Like, it's not like I don't watch any movies, but it's like, yeah, Disney movies, I feel like, yeah. That would be, like, if you haven't seen a Disney movie, I feel like people expect you to have that as a part of your childhood, but, like, we didn't have any Disney. We had, like, 2 Disney VHSs when I was a kid, and, like, that was it, so. I only saw The Matrix recently. There's just, like, a lot of things that I just didn't bother to watch, and I still feel not super inclined to watch. It just doesn't really matter. So, you can't see it on the screen, but I am sauteing the bell pepper and the onion right now in a little bit of oil, and you'll do this for about 5 minutes on medium heat, and then you'll add in the zucchini and the squash. So we'll leave that to cook in our nice little griddle. I'm going to cut these guys up, diced. Does anybody want to talk about something that happened to them this week? Because what else did I do? I did go and clean at high-low, my job. Like further this way? Wow, you almost did some more. Yeah. I can't really get it much further because my laptop and all this stuff is here at the front. I'll just cut things further on in the middle. Oh, even that is like off screen. I wasn't paying very much attention. Here. There we go. That seems good. Yeah, I feel grateful every single day that I'm not in school right now because I would just not be okay. Just that seems terrible, and I'm sorry for everyone. Can you move the compost so we can see the vegetables? Here, let's do. Oh man, because it's like really far. Sorry, I'll try to make this like way more visible. Don't mind me, just. Yeah, it does smell really amazing. I gotta say, so good. Okay, maybe like this would be good. Whoop. The frying is still really nice. I have a feeling that some of the spices are out in the public common area, in which case I might have to go get some. But, yeah. Okay, if you're gonna do anything like major changes, like with like body hair or something where it's like there's like a really awkward period, isn't now kind of the perfect time to do it when you're like, no one's gonna see you, nothing matters, like everything is fine. I mean, hopefully not several months we will be in the same situation, but like probably, I don't know, you know. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, that's true. You do have to just like stare at yourself while you are on Zoom. It's really unfortunate. I think right before we put these in, once again, like we did a couple weeks ago, we only have the coriander seeds rather than ground coriander, and we need about a teaspoon of these. That's upside down. So I'm going to put this in the coffee bean thing. I'm blanking on the word. And we'll grind some of that up, and then we'll have these cook in there for 5 minutes. Actually, I think that now is a good time to add these in. And then we can get the beans started and some of the seasonings ready to go. Maybe I could put them in like a little bowl. You know how like when you watch videos on YouTube and they like have they like put them separate and then they just go and it's so classy. I'm gonna totally do that. It's gonna be so nice. Oh my god. So this is 5 more minutes once you put in the zucchini and squash, before you add in the seasonings. So yeah. The grinder, it's a coffee grinder, that's what it's called. Like a flash. I didn't even leave. I'm gonna cover these for a minute. I'm going to get a small bowl and we're looking for only a teaspoon of coriander, so just a little bit. About this much seeds, and should I mute the thing? I don't know if what you're referring to is the frying or, okay, let's just see what happens. Yeah, everyone just do a nice good scream during this time. I think that'll be fun. So it's not like, you know, store-bought, super fine, whatever, but it'll do the job. Let's see, do we have any cute little things? I'm just gonna put it in this cup. So we'll do about that much, and then I think it's 2 teaspoons of both chili powder and cumin, and then this is 1 teaspoon and then 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. But obviously you want to add a little bit extra of everything because spices are good when there's more of them. Duh. So, I'm going to spoon and get 2 teaspoons of the thing. Do that much chili powder. Two teaspoons of cumin. Ow. And that's more than 1 teaspoon, but nothing matters, so we're good. Okay, so now that this is cooking, I'm going to set this aside. These should be on here for about 5 minutes, but we'll probably do a little bit longer just to get them nice and good. And so now we're going to mince 3 cloves of garlic and get the refried beans started with that. So let's take yeah, that is really interesting, but I don't know any of these emoji people things. I don't know if I'm supposed to. I don't know if I'm probably just not enough of a gamer is what it is. It's not in the cool kids club, I guess. Well, again. This is going to be that you are going to mince the garlic and then put it in a pan. Some oil at first. And then wait a couple minutes and then it'll be time to add the beans, lime juice, seasonings for that. So the refried beans are really easy. Just use water to get them all gooey. What does original streamers mean as opposed like the first streamers on Twitch? Is that what that means? Am I not an original streamer? Okay. So we got that garlic. And you're going to take a guy like this. Put him on the pan. Now this is too low. The reduction really has not reduced at all. I'll have to show it on the camera, but it's like a little bit less than. Whoop. Right there. You can't see anything I'm doing because I didn't bother to get the other camera. Sorry. technically no. I don't know what these things mean. Oil in the pan, garlic in the pan. And I think it's about time that we add in all of these seasonings. These are getting nice and crispy, yummy, delicious. I feel like RuneScape is gamer history though. Like I consider it like kind of an OG thing, right? It's like it's a part of history. Doesn't make it good, but no, just kidding. My question is, I don't know if I'm supposed to, because it's using canned pinto beans. I don't know if I should rinse them out, but it didn't say that. I think I'm just gonna leave it all in because I don't really feel the need to waste the water that it comes in. So, yeah. The pictures don't say that, but I don't know, is that a bad idea? Is that gonna get it real messy? Real messy? How about this? I will not add it at first, and then instead of water, we'll add that. And you also want to add half of a lime for this. This lime is still quite tough, much more tough than me. I'm just going to use a slotted spoon, and I'm going to put the pinto beans into the, oh shoot. Oh boy, okay. Actually, that's a complete joke, because I neglected these for 3 minutes and now they're all burnt. So I'm going to turn the fan on. Well, no, maybe I shouldn't turn the fan on. If I turn the fan on, is this a super bad idea? Let's see. I totally know what I'm doing, and everything is fine. So we only lost 3 cloves of garlic, so it'll be okay. I'm going to turn this on low, kind of leave it to sit, and we'll just try again with the beans. bad. Whoops, that went really fast. Should have been more on top of like timing, but it's okay. That is so high tech. I feel like I'm sort of crazy but in good health. I feel that. It's like, everything's technically okay, but is it okay? Is the fan like completely terrible? Is it? Can you hear me okay with it on? I'll probably turn it back off in like a minute, but there was some smoke, so. The garlic is just like still. Sizzling. That's okay though. Why did it? What's happening? Why did it put asterisks? That's really weird. Anyways, I don't get that, but okay. I'm just mincing more garlic. I'm gonna do 4 because everything is better with a little extra garlic. I think in all recipes that ask for a certain amount of garlic, you should just add 1 more just for good measure, just because it's just a happy garlic. It's just garlic to make you a little bit more happy. And that's how I feel about that. Okay. So now we're gonna do this more timed well. So I'm gonna put those in, and then I'm gonna like really quickly get everything prepared, and then we'll not burn the building down. Good thing we have a second identical one, am I right? Haha! Oh my god, there's vinegar on my nose! I just inhaled the vinegar on the stove top. It was so bad. Ah, that's bad. Okay. No, I can't inhale more. That was like intense. Oil. slime is really tough. It's so strong. It's probably emotionally great right now. It's not even not doing okay, you know? Crazy. Crazy. I think that we're okay on the fan front at this point. Fan front! Wow! It's like fanfare, I guess. I don't know. You can't even see that because the camera is super not. Hello? Okay, so I squeezed that half, and then I'm going to take the slated spoon that's right here, and I'm going to pour the beans into that. And then with this, you want some onion powder, some cumin, and some chili powder. So we'll just pour this in there, and then we'll, it's about 2 tablespoons. That's a slated spoon. That wasn't doing anything by pouring it over. So, da-da-da! Wow. You hear that? That's the sound of beans, mostly. Ooh. More smoke. Everything's fine though. No worries. No worries at all. The reduction will be questionable, but it'll be fine. No biggie. So once we have that, we are going to add some chili pepper, chili powder, cumin, and onion powder. About a 1/4 teaspoon to a teaspoon, whatever you really feel like, whatever your heart tells you. I think I'll take the camera and I'll show you like what's going on, because now's the time when I admit that I've never made the reduction before and I have no idea what's happening. So I'm just trying my best and we'll see what happens. Oops, start recording this. There we go. Okay, can you hear me okay? Is volume okay? So this is the reduction right now. It seems like tar, but I think it'll be okay. Like, it's definitely like reducey. Like, I feel like this will be good on tacos. I have no idea. These are the beans. They're pretty good. I think that adding a little bit more bean juices would be a good idea. And then once they're heated through, you're just going to take a fork and mash it up. Beans. Yummy. Oop, I'm not even showing it on screen. Ah, everything's fine. feel like actually the vlog, this will just be accounting like me over the weeks just slowly losing my mind week by week, everything getting a little bit more wild. So I'm going to turn the heat off and kind of do that for a little bit. Keep on doing this. If it seems dry, if it seems like not what you want, you could add a little bit more water or a little bit more oil even into it to kind of get it into more like refried bean consistency. I think that this is going pretty well though. All things considered. Everyone like hear me breathing. I feel like I breathe really loudly, especially if I'm like recording something on my phone. I think my face is always too close, and then it's like, so that's fun. Yeah. So here are refried beans, all good to go. I will maybe pour these into a bowl for presentation purposes. And yeah, this is kind of calmed down a little bit. Ooh, it's pretty thick. That's pretty thick. Okay, we'll deal with this a little bit. Because now is the fun part where we make tortillas. I'm gonna come over here and we're back. What does reduction mean? Ooh, actually there was some of that beans on my finger and I just licked it and it was really good. So a reduction, that's a good question, is basically taking something and then you're evaporating off a lot of the water, and so it's going to become a more like concentrate, thicker thing rather than, I mean, like vinegar is obviously quite watery, and then if you have a balsamic reduction, it's much more of like a glaze, kind of like thick thing. Thick thing, does that, you know what I mean? So yeah, to have a reduction, it's just like a more concentrated form that it's not like you're not pouring water onto your taco, you're gonna pour like a sauce. A sauce, that's the word. A wall of rain is coming from the west. Oh boy, I hope I rolled my windows up. If somebody that's outside wants to check if my windows are rolled up, that would be appreciated. Oh my god. Wow, these look amazing. So, yeah, are you guys ready to make tortillas? Whoop whoop. So I'm going to clean off this cutting board just a little bit. And I think maybe if we can, oh shoot, I'm gonna move the veggies. I'm still just trying to play with like what the best angle is for everybody to be able to see what I'm doing. And I will dry the board off in a little bit. We're gonna put you somewhere else. Get out of here, baby. We are not interested in looking at you right now. Yeah, I don't know about this production. I thought I was a fancy cook. I thought I could pretend to be a fancy cook. Perhaps not. Does that seem good? Yeah, let me get a rag and dry this off. Okay. Oh boy, this is like still pretty hard. Maybe I should have put it on the oven or something. Whoops-a-daisies. So here's our ball of dough. It's still pretty stiff. I think I'll actually cut it in half and then microwave it for a minute. I did that the other day with some ones at home and they were fine. So, yeah. Oh man, we've already been on for an hour and 15 minutes. I'm so sorry, everyone, that I'm taking so long. Yeah, I'm gonna put this in the microwave, and we'll see. It's kind of, you just want to put it in there if it's still hard, like long enough for it to soften, but you don't want to like have warm, like hot dough. So while that's happening, I am going to sprinkle the surface with flour, and then I'm going to get a rolling pin and sprinkle that with flour also. So if you order delivery at home, I kind of called ahead of, or texted ahead of time, but a lot of folks don't have rolling pins, particularly like students, because why would, unless you're, I feel like unless you're into baking, like that's not a particular thing that you would think to buy. So what you can do is just get a wine bottle, and that's, I had some stored up wine bottles, because, you know, just kidding, no, from like over a couple months, okay, so it's like not that, it's not that crazy, okay, so just, you know, but, yeah, what you can do is you can just like sanitize, take off the label, if you can, so that it's just like a glass cylinder, and then that's a totally acceptable, way to roll dough, why not? And voila, there you have it. Oh shoot. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, what am I doing? Oh, getting a rolling pin. This is our rolling pin. We may have a wine bottle, or like somebody said that they were gonna use a cooking spray bottle, and that's totally fine too. Just like anything that you can roll with. Ooh, it's getting stormy outside, and I heated this up for too long, and now it's hot. This is a really good don't do this stream, I think. I think that I've made plenty of mistakes during this, and don't do what I do, but do your own thing. This might be actually like too cooked now. Hot. This is hot. Oh yeah, okay. Ha. Good thing we have this other half. I'm going to cut this up, and then I'm just going to heat it up with my hands rather. You can kind of just like do this. I should have done this in the first place, but I didn't, and now I'm regretting it. But everything's gonna be fine. Oh gosh, I really feel like as the weeks continue, every stream is just gonna get more and more chaotic. That's true. Only happy little accidents. Thanks, Bob Ross, for inspiring me to be not a bad cook, an experimentative cook. So this next part, you're gonna make tortillas. And definitely what you want to do is take them and roll them into a ball, and then when you flatten them out, they'll be much more like better shaped and easier to get into like a nice round tortilla. I'm just looking at that dough that I totally ruined, and I'm very sad. That is, he has a different channel. We don't. I'm gonna be the next Bob Ross. Just kidding. I could never reach that level of iconicness. So if you got a double order, it'll be 8 tortillas that you can make. If you got the regular one size order, that's 4 tortillas, but I think that they'll be on the larger side, so you can hopefully stuff all of your food into them. This one's a little bit smaller because I think it was the end piece. But yeah. And then you just want to create or get a flat pan and preheat it up onto like a medium-high heat, and then just put the tortillas on there to cook them. So if you have it already hot and ready to go, you don't need to use oil or anything like that. Just make sure that you're not putting it onto like a cool pan. But I think like a non-stick kind of thing would be helpful. So we'll just do it. Ooh, that could have been bad. We'll just use like one of these, and we'll just do them one at a time. Putting it on the back here, and to a level like 6 or 7. We'll let that heat up, and we will roll these up. Heat them up in our hands. Spread the love. I'm so sad about my messed up tortillas. I'm sure that they taste good, but I just completely did not do what you were supposed to do, which is fine. Everything's fine. We're not gonna talk about it anymore. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna move on with my life. How scary do the thunderbolts look? Are we gonna be okay? These April showers. Better bring some nice May flowers, because I feel like everything's already flowered because it's been so hot out. That's so weird, and what a coincidence. I don't even understand why it's getting warmer every year. That's what's such a weird thing. I wonder what that could be about. Somebody should research that, you know? Big tortilla. Oh, shoot. Okay. Another mistake, but we're not even gonna pay attention to it. We're just gonna move on with our life. This will be the special shaped tortilla for extra fun. Let's experiment with this. Actually, I think that heating it up, I wonder how bad of an idea it is to just like pour a little bit of water. I'm kind of just gonna play with this reduction. I don't really think it'll make it into the final. Oh, that might just made it go away more. I don't know. Ha 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 ha. I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay. Well, can't say I didn't try. So once we have about one tortilla, I'll probably bowl all of this stuff up, the different things, and then make like a taco, and then we can wrap it up. So like every week, if you have anything that you want to share, any final statements, like be thinking about those as we wrap this up. Yeah, and we'll get ready to rumble and eat food. Just like it's getting ready to rumble outside. Refried beans. Okay, so I kind of got some of the crazy reduction stuff into the one of the tortillas, but it's fine. No big deal. We'll put some cabbage into this bowl. I continuously get that song from Cats stuck in my head, the like memory song, and I've never seen Cats. I've seen like half of a video and the trailer to the movie. Why is it always in my head? I don't get it. It's just too dang catchy. I think I hear rain. Is it raining? Seems like it's probably raining. though. It's in the worst direction for me to be able to see. Ooh, okay, I'll show the camera and I'll show you what's going on with the tortilla. Okay, here we go. So here is the first tortilla we got. I flipped it over. This is the second time. Usually you could probably just have it on one side and then flip it to the other, but I don't know, I just paid too much attention. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, we got a little bit of brown spots, and it'll be nice and toasty. We'll leave it on for probably another minute. This is just gonna be an epic fail. This is like sticking. This was a really bad. I really hope that folks at home do it better than I did. I kind of just ignored it, and I really shouldn't have done that. And this is a mess. And it burned, and then it started to burn again. Yeah, I thought I could be a fancy cook, but turns out I'm still not a very fancy cook. So that's that. I'll have fun cleaning that pan later, and that's okay, because mistakes are okay. And we're all really trying our best. This tortilla is lovely. I'm going to get a plate and put it on there. Shoop. Beautiful. I'll take another one. I think that the reduction, it's safe to say, is fancier than all of us. We're just not at that fancy level of cooking. Hi guys. This is a mess, but if it wasn't, see, okay, let's show you this. So I totally just like cooked it. Now it's just bread. Let's try it. That's good. That's some really good cornbread. I'll just put some syrup on top and eat it like that. We'll move all that over, and then we can put the tortillas next to it, and we have half a lime still for lime juice. Maybe come over here and get some hot sauce. I didn't really include very many. Oh, you know what we have? I think that we still have those hot sauces that Javier gave us from Mexico. So I'll get some of those first. But yeah, I didn't really include any or much of any toppings other than the cabbage. I figured people people would want to top it with whatever they had or whatever, or not, but it just seemed like a lot to try to guess what people like on their tacos. So yeah, let's check this tortilla. Looks pretty. Ooh, yeah, baby. Lovely. Lovely. Let's get some of these hot sauce. Whoops. There's like barely anything in here. Woo. Okay. I'm gonna. You can't understand what I'm saying. I'm gonna switch to the other camera. Okay. Here are our 2 tortillas. I'll make a taco real quick and then eat it. And then you guys can go do whatever you want with your life. Except you really can't, because you can stay at home and think about what it was like when we could leave our houses freely whenever we wanted to. What a good time that was. I will say, because of the coconut oil in the tortillas, they have a really nice kind of like coconut flavor, which is super tasty. Just like super subtle, but very nice. Very, very nice. Little bit of. Okay, 1 to 10 on difficult. Okay, I'll have to do that once I take a bite. Jalapeno rojo, chili. This is kind of scratched off. There's more of this one though, so we'll go with this one. Wow, well it is beautiful color-wise. Taco number 1. And actually, I'm before after this break. Just kidding. I just need to flip that tortilla real quick. That's a good idea. I forgot about the close-ups. Now that I took a bite out of it, I'll be real cute. So we got the beans underneath with the veggies and then cabbage and hot sauce on the top. Maybe I'll make another one. I feel like this isn't that cute now that I've bitten it and everything. Yeah, so I think that's good. We can get some close-ups of all of the different things going into this recipe. We can come over and also grab this tortilla. Da-na-na-na. Ooh, nice. And we'll put this weird one with the tar on it. So, okay, I'll switch back to the other camera and I'll finish eating this taco. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. So, okay. Taste-wise, I would say the beans are like an 8.5 to a 9. Pretty good beans. With the veggies, they don't have a whole lot of flavor. Like I think I would probably add more seasoning. In particular, maybe more chili powder or something to get a bit of spice because they just don't really have that that kick to them that would be really good if they did. I think that the tortillas are also probably, so maybe the veggies are like a 6.5. Like they're good, they have all the good qualities there. They're just like kind of bland. I think that probably the recipe for the veggies came with the balsamic reduction, and I bet that those would go really well together, but maybe I'll put let's try the balsamic reduction. It couldn't hurt, but I don't know if it could even get it out of there at all. It's like candy. This is such a fail. Nope. This, no work. This, it's like it's not happening. It's rock solid at this point. That was not smart, but the tortillas are pretty good. I gotta say, those are also probably a 9, 8. I really like the addition of the cornmeal, for it kind of adds a bit of a texture, especially because it's the coarse grind cornmeal, and then the coconut oil, as I said, also kind of adds a good level. But all in all, I think that I just want to add more hot sauce to this because it's not very spicy and it's not like a whole lot going on. Maybe I'll just dump a bunch of this on there. So yeah, if you want spice, it's probably not the most spicy tacos, but good. They're good. And I really like the beans, and the beans were super easy. Like, I feel like you could just like throw some refried beans together any night if you have a can of pinto beans. Like, wow, super easy. So that's good. I'll probably make that recipe again. That's better. Or the hot sauce is better, for sure. Yeah. So that's what I got. Does anybody have any recipe ideas for next week that we could put together? Or generally in the future, something that you would like to see? That would be fun. That's a really good idea. Ethiopian or Somalian food? Yes, agreed. I have never been to a Somalian restaurant before, but that just sounds really delicious. Is there a Somalian restaurant in Dodge? Like, that seems. I guess maybe I know that there's a. Okay, Simo. Okay, that makes sense. Ooh, okay. This is getting a little bit crispy on the edges. A fancy salad? Yeah, we could do a fancy salad. Especially once like the greens. I mean, I'm growing plenty of lettuce and stuff in my yard, so hopefully we'll have lots of greens pretty soon. I totally overloaded this taco. Whoops. Too bad. So sad. Yeah. So, does anybody else have anything they would like to contribute or talk about? I am grateful for my health. and grateful that I still have people that I can engage with and that I don't live alone, and that I feel like in this time I still have things to do and things to contribute. Perhaps we haven't like fully talked about it. Yeah, Hy-Vee sponsoring the stream. That's super exciting. Hopefully that'll continue. We'll have to. I think that it will continue into the summer, but I don't think that it's been like officially said. I don't know. We should though. Yeah. It is delicious. There's plenty to go around if folks want some. Okay. Well, let me wash my hands. Maybe, I mean, I like that Ethiopian or Somalian idea. Maybe we could look up, if I can find a good recipe, I'm totally down for doing that next week. Otherwise, we will definitely have the recipe up by Monday of next week, and we'll post it everywhere so that people are aware. Post it everywhere so that people are aware of where to go. So with that, I feel like this stream has been pretty long. Just a series of me doing different bad cooking techniques. So I'm grateful for all of you. You are all loved. Thank you for joining. And we'll talk to you next week. Ooh, let me do a... Bye, everybody.